Hey everyone, Eric Russo. So happy to be joined by Bruins legend, I'll call him, Andy Moog, joining us virtually. Andy, so great to have you here with us and to join us. You won't be able to be with us tomorrow for another Air Night, but how has it been going with the battle that you're in right now?
Well, I kind of tell you the first and foremost thing is the Bruins Nation, the Bruins family has been so supportive, and I've had so much contact with so many people. It's just been awesome. And I'll tell you right now, I think the key to a battle of this nature, any sort of tough thing you have to deal with, is all this positivity that I'm receiving. And I think that's the biggest reason why I'm putting on a good battle right now. I'm fighting hard, and I think it's probably a credit to my Bruins family for all the positive support I've been getting.
That's awesome. So good to hear. And you were able to be here for opening week and part of the opening night festivities and the gala and all of that. What was it like to be part of the Centennial celebrations earlier this year?
Well, it's a bit of a stunner, to be honest, to get in one location at one moment the history of the Bruins. I mean, the 100 years of the Bruins. It took us back a little bit. I mean, we were a little shocked to see the depth and the magnitude of the history of this organization. And after grasping and getting heads around it, nothing but pride. I mean, nothing but pride of having that be on my jersey for all those years. I mean, it's such a great organization to be a part of. I couldn't be prouder.
So the teams that are going to be celebrated this weekend are from that late 80s, early 90s that had so much success, the two trips to the Stanley Cup final, a couple more trips to the conference finals. What were those teams like to be a part of?
Uh, I think I had some experiences, successes before with a different club, and this was a different animal, but no less as successful in terms of charging towards championships. It was a very tight knit group. We were all a little bit older, not as many young guys as those early days, and families were a big part of it. Wives, kids, parents, aunts, uncles, the works. It was a big part of it. And you felt like a big family when you were with the Bruins, and that was the strength I guess we gathered. We were all together, we were all in it, and it felt like a huge family.
And specifically, one of the great moments of that era is breaking the jinx with Montreal in '88. What was that moment like, and the aftermath of the celebrations and the fans and all of that as well?
Yeah, the magnitude really didn't grasp us until after it was done, and Reggie was so freaking good in that series, just unbelievable. And it came to light after the fact. When you're in it, you don't really realize what you're trying to do, but it came to light after the fact. And obviously, that was a very big moment for that organization to get that monkey off their back.
You mentioned Reggie Lemelin. The Bruins have a pretty good goalie tandem these days with Jeremy Swayman and Linus Ullmark. What's it like to see, what they've done? And do you think back to the days of you and Reggie and some of your other goalie partners and that relationship that they have?
Yeah, there's nothing but healthy, competitive juices that flow out of a relationship like that. They're pushing each other. They really are, and I think that's what happened with Reggie and I. We pushed each other. He was really my first legitimate everyday pro teacher, and that's hard to say because he was such a great player at the time. But I learned so much from Reggie over those years about composure and maturity and patience, and it culminated with that '91 Jennings Trophy we won. But that was all Reggie. He told me to stay in the moment and stay working. And there were times in my younger career where I may have let a few in that didn't deserve to go in just because we got the win or we were losing bad. So Reggie really matured me along those years.
And just finally, going back to the beginning of the Centennial Celebration, one of the first things that the Bruins organization did was to announce the historic 100, the 100 most legendary players in Bruins history, and you were on that list. What was it like to find out that you were a part of such an incredible group of Bruins?
I think initially it was very proud, of course, and very excited to be on that list. And then once we started to see the 100, you realized this is a big deal. This is a really big deal. I'm very proud now, and we just took it all in. That weekend was such a fantastic job by the Bruins, and obviously culminating with the victory and then the big gala. It was it was really a joy to be part of the Bruins on that weekend. It was really special.
Awesome, Andy. Thanks so much again for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time.
My pleasure. Go.